But going into high school, I threw myself entirely into collecting plaques. I was going to, and in a small high school, there was 36 in our class. 25 of those I was with from preschool through high school graduation, like siblings. But you could do any activity you wanted to, and all of them at once. And so I went after collecting as many letters and bars and medals for my Letterman jacket as I could possibly have, and was going to win the senior awards and all these things, and largely accomplished everything I set out to do.
So how would you characterize your spirituality at that period?
It was very mixed. So I was a clean-cut kid who didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do drugs, didn't have sex.
Which is my definition of holiness.
Oh yes, and I've absolutely what Jesus told the Pharisees. And so I had on the one hand, like I wanted to be a good kid, and at the same time, what controlled me was sin of pride and performance. I remember after one of our I did some sports, but mainly I was a music and drama guy. And I remember after a play saying to my best friend, "Hey, let's go out into we had a gymnasium stage. There was this little small town gym, and at the end of the stage, end of the court was a stage in the wall."
Yeah.
And I said, let's go out. And he said, "Well, why?" And I said, "Well, so that everyone can tell us how awesome we were." And he said, "Well, why would we want to do that?" And it just struck me that I need to sort of keep this secret. Like, maybe not everyone thinks seeking the praise of people is an awesome thing.
Yeah, and it's a good point. We may think that we're righteous in God's eyes because we've successfully defeated addictions. We've successfully defeated illicit sexuality. But rage lives inside of us. Lust lives inside of us. Pride lives inside of us. I mean, you may be deceived in thinking that you can defeat sin because your definition of sin, it locates in certain behaviors, when actually sin is a condition that I can't defeat because it's in me. It's part of my nature. That's why Jesus had to come.
Yes. And so spiritually, through those years, I was, I would pray in various moments. I was crying out to God. By the point in high school where I had my own room again, I would read the Bible at night. And I knew I needed to read the Bible. I wanted to know God. I went through a little crisis of faith where do I only believe this because it's what everyone in our small town believes? And God, in His mercy, the only place I really knew to go and read was I went to the Sermon on the Mount, and I would just read it again and again. And you're reading, if you've heard it said, and Jesus is constantly getting at these motivations of the heart. And I'm realizing inside, I can look really good on the outside, but I'm a mess internally.